Welcome to the deep dive. Hey, if you're looking to give your social media profiles a bit of a kickstart, you might want to check out rapidboost.net.
Mm,
But today we're digging deep into something really key for, organic growth on Instagram, hashtags. You
yes,
put in all that work, right? Great content, you hit post, and sometimes it just feels like shouting into the void.
it really can feel that way sometimes.
So our mission today is to figure out how to use Instagram hashtags strategically. Make them a tool that actually genuinely grows your profile.
Absolutely. Because hashtags, they seem basic, maybe even a bit old school,
Hmm.
but use them right, and wow, they are incredibly powerful for connecting your stuff with the right people.
Okay, let's get straight into it then, because I think, like, a lot of us remember the old days just chucking loads of random trending words onto a post.
Oh, definitely.
Our sources say Instagram's kind of changed its tune on that, hasn't it?
Oh, dramatically, yeah. It
Yeah.
used to be this just chaos trying to get seen by anyone. Now, it's much more about relevance, about
Oh.
context. Think of hashtags now as like signals,
Yeah.
sophisticated signals telling Instagram, hey, this post is about X, and these are the people who will likely find it interesting. They're the bridge, really.
So it's not just getting more eyeballs, it's getting the right eyeballs.
Precisely. And that's where you see the real difference. There was a 2023 Social Insider study we looked at.
Right?
It showed posts with even just one hashtag get, on average, over 12% more engagement.
Wow. 12%. That's significant.
It is. And the right hashtags, they can be like a laser pointer guiding interested users straight to you, getting
Yeah.
you on the Explore page, tapping into trends, finding those niche communities.
Right, those little pockets of interested people. So how does the algorithm actually figure this out? It's not just reading a list of words, is it?
No, it's way smarter than that.
Yeah.
Instagram's algorithm is constantly learning, and it uses hashtags as a primary way to categorize your content.
Categorize.
It's basically trying to understand the topic so it can show it to people whose behavior suggests they're into that topic.
Got it.
And what's really key is that the algorithm rewards posts where the hashtags really match the content and encourage interaction.
Interaction being key.
Exactly. Which is why those super broad, crazy competitive tags like, I don't know, hashtag happy or hashtag travel,
Mm-hmm.
they often don't do much for actual growth. They're just lost in the noise.
Yeah, like shouting in a hurricane versus having a conversation in a quiet room.
Hmm.
So how do we find those quieter rooms, those more specific tags?
Well, the resources we looked at suggest thinking about it in categories,
Mm.
like large or branded tags, medium tags, and niche tags.
Okay, categories. Can you give examples?
Sure, large might be something huge like hashtag Motivation Monday. Medium could be more industry specific, maybe hashtag content creator or hashtag vegan recipes.
Uh-huh.
And niche is super specific, like hashtag minimalist desk setups or hashtag indoor jungle goals.
Ah, okay. So it's about using a mix, not just going for the tiny ones or the massive ones.
Exactly. It's about balance. You might not instantly rank for a hashtag Motivation Monday,
Right. And like,
but you've got a much better shot at being seen within those smaller, really engaged niche communities. Plus, you still get some visibility from the medium and maybe even the larger tags. It's like covering your bases.
like that coffee shop example, using hashtag local coffee shop, but also hashtag coffee lover.
Precisely. And maybe their own branded tag too, like hashtag Cool Beans Cafe. You create multiple entry points.
It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so how do we actually find these good hashtags? Is it guesswork?
Definitely not just guesswork, thankfully. You need a more data-driven approach.
Mm-hmm.
The sources really stress using keyword research tools and analytics.
Tools like?
There are specific ones like Hashtagify or Flick,
Yeah.
but even Instagram's own insights gives you a lot of useful info.
Right, insights. Okay.
The goal is finding tags with decent activity. People are actually looking at them, but not, completely overwhelming competition where you vanish in seconds. It's about finding that sweet spot.
The sweet spot, like comparing something massive like hashtag digital marketing with maybe millions of posts.
Yeah, exactly. Versus something like, say, hashtag digital growth tips, which might have maybe 60,000 posts.
Much more manageable.
Way more manageable. Your content is much more likely to be seen and actually resonate with the people searching that more specific tag.
This really connects to that fashion blogger case study, doesn't it? The one about specific versus generic.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great illustration. She did this split test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Posted similar photos.
Uh-huh.
One used really generic tags like hashtag OTD, hashtag fashion. The other used a curated set, hashtag clean girl aesthetic, hashtag chick summer looks,
Mm.
hashtag Copenhagen street style, much more specific.
And the difference was big.
Huge. The targeted set got, I think it was 3x the reach, and actually landed her on the Explore page for those specific terms.
Wow.
It just shows that relevance, that connection to your actual content, is so much more important than just chasing popularity.
Okay, so we know how to find better hashtags. Now, how do we build this into, like, a repeatable strategy? Where do we even start?
Good question. The sources say start by auditing what you're already doing.
Looking back.
Yeah, look at your past posts. Which hashtags seem to correlate with good results? More reach, more saves, maybe new followers. And be honest. Ditch the tags that aren't doing anything, the ones you always use out of habit, or maybe even ones that have become problematic.
Like band tags. We'll get to those.
Exactly. One source even suggested a simple spreadsheet for tracking performance. Sounds basic, but it works.
Okay, audit done. What about moving forward? Creating new sets of hashtags. Is it okay to just have one master list?
No, definitely not. That's the copy-paste syndrome our sources warn against.
The copy-paste syndrome. Guilty.
Yeah, we've all been there. But yeah, you really need to tailor your hashtag sets to the specific content of each post.
So different sets for different things.
Right. A tutorial post needs tutorial-related tags. Hashtag DIY tips, hashtag how to make this, hashtag step-by-step. A lifestyle post might use hashtag daily routine, hashtag weekend vibes, hashtag your niche life. Promotions need hashtag sale, hashtag new arrival, hashtag your brand launch.
Tailoring is key. And what about rotating them, keeping things fresh?
Yes, that's important too. Two main reasons. First, Instagram's AI seems to like variety. It signals you're engaging with different facets of your niche.
Okay.
Second, it stops you hitting the exact same hashtag feeds every single time. You expose your content to potentially new but still relevant audiences.
And where do we put them? Caption, first comment, does it matter, and when?
The consensus seems to be that both the caption and the first comment work fine. Consistency is probably more important than the exact location.
Right.
But timing does seem to matter a bit. Try to add them pretty quickly after posting. Some say within the first 30 minutes while your post is getting that initial momentum.
Good tip.
And don't neglect stories and reels. Use the hashtag sticker. Put relevant tags in the caption there too. It really boosts their discoverability.
Okay, we've covered the do's. Now for the don'ts. What are the big hashtag mistakes people make that actually hurt their growth?
Number one is probably just using too many. Hashtag stuffing.
Right, just because you can use 30.
Doesn't mean you should. One source, Sprout Social, found that actually 8 to 15 really well-chosen hashtags tend to perform better.
Interesting. Fewer, but better.
Exactly. Using too many or repeating the same ones over and over can look spammy to the algorithm. And that's bad news.
Okay, quality over quantity. What else trips people up?
Using banned or shadow banned hashtags, this is a big one.
How do you know if a tag is banned?
Well, some are obvious spam, like hashtag like for like, but others can be seemingly innocent tags that got flagged. Hashtag duty blogger has apparently been problematic at times.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. The advice is to use a banned hashtags checker tool online periodically. Because if you use a banned tag, your post basically becomes invisible in searches for that tag, maybe even others.
Ouch. Okay, crucial check. Any other major pitfalls?
Just relevance, really. Don't jump on a trending hashtag if it has absolutely nothing to do with your content.
Tempting, though, for the visibility.
It is tempting, but it can backfire. If people click that trending tag, see your unrelated post, and immediately scroll past, that tells Instagram your content isn't relevant for that tag. Poor engagement signals can hurt your overall visibility. Stick to what makes sense for your post.
Right. Stay authentic. Okay, so we're choosing strategically, organizing sets, avoiding mistakes. But how do we know if it's working? It always comes back to the data, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You have to use Instagram Insights for this. It's critical.
What should we look for in insights specifically?
Track the reach you're getting from hashtags on each post. See which specific tags seem to be driving profile visits or leading to new followers. Don't just guess or assume, look at the numbers.
And this isn't a one and done thing, is it? We need to keep checking.
Oh, constantly. Think of it like an ongoing experiment.
Okay.
Maybe swap out 1 or 2 hashtags between similar posts and see what happens.
Yeah.
Some people even do more formal A/B testing or ABC testing with different sets for similar content types.
Let the data guide you.
Exactly. Let the data be your compass.
Like that fitness coach example, Lauren. Remind us about her.
Right, Lauren. She had around 2,500 followers, started analyzing her hashtags monthly. She found that specific niche tags, like hashtag busymomsfitness and hashtag strengthafter40, were way outperforming generic fitness tags for her more DMs, more saves.
So she doubled down on those.
She did, focused on those winners. And the result? Her follower growth shot up by 300% in just 90 days.
300%. Wow.
Yeah, and she started getting featured in niche roundups, too. It really shows what happens when you pay close attention to what the data's telling you.
Okay, this is great. So let's try and break it down. For you listening, what are the 5 key actionable steps you can take right now?
Okay, here's a quick rundown based on what we've discussed. 1, define your core content pillars, maybe 3 to 5 main themes.
Got it. Pillars.
2, research hashtags for each pillar. Aim for 10-15 per pillar. Get that mix of large, medium, niche, and crucially, check their volume and interaction levels.
Research and mix. Okay.
3, build specific hashtag sets for those pillars and rotate them. Don't just copy-paste the same list every single time. Vary it slightly.
Bold and rotate. Yep.
4, track performance in Instagram Insights. Look at reach from hashtags, profile visits, new followers. Do this consistently, maybe over a couple of weeks for each set.
Track the results.
And 5, refine based on that data. Drop the tags that aren't working. Test out replacements. Keep optimizing.
Define, research, build, track, refine. That's super clear and practical.
Yeah, it gives you a solid framework to start improving right away.
Now, hashtags are obviously huge, but our sources mentioned they work even better alongside other tactics, right? Briefly, what else helps?
Definitely. Hashtags are powerful, but they don't exist in a vacuum. Think about collaborations. Partnering with others in your niche, maybe using each other's branded hashtags.
Cross-promotion.
Exactly. And user-generated content. Create your own branded hashtag and encourage your followers to use it. That's powerful social proof.
Good idea.
And just integrating hashtags everywhere, stories, reels captions, IGTV descriptions. Use those features like the hashtag sticker. Maximize visibility across the board.
So the big takeaway here seems to be, mastering hashtags isn't about finding some secret trick. It's about strategy, research, understanding your audience, and constantly testing and learning from your data.
That sums it up perfectly.
Yeah.
It's fundamental for breaking through that noise and achieving real organic growth on Instagram.
So we really hope you take these ideas and run with them. Be intentional. Test things out.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to experiment. See what clicks for your unique voice and your audience.
And here's something to think about. What if you committed to consistently trying out just one new, super specific niche hashtag each week? Imagine the potential cumulative effect over a year. You might just unlock entirely new communities that are looking for exactly what you offer.
That's a great thought to end on.
That's your food for thought from this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.